What if there was a way to experience reality like never before? Now, I'm sure you've heard this in many videos, but I truly mean this. This even shocked me when it was first revealed to me. What if there was a way to experience yourself like never before? Seeing that you are reality in its purest essence, and it can't be described. It can't be labeled or placed into a category. And that the mind is the matrix. And for some reason, we are all so unconscious, sleepwalking, agreeing with it, and following in line. This is the second video in the Embodied Life series. Now, why does this video fit perfectly into the Embodied Life series? Because embodying what you truly are is all about having it revealed that you already are this, okay? It isn't about acquiring or turning on or figuring out. It is about seeing. It is about directly applying. And that is the shift that we call embodiment. But what's even bigger, what's even more grand is when the shift occurs and it all is revealed that you can't answer certain questions. You're left with questions that can never be truly answered, because if they were answered, they would only be answered by mind, by the construct and framework of conditioning. It's insane. It's mind-blowing, so to speak. If you've seen the first video, and if you have not, this is the Embodied Life YouTube series. You can check out that video. I'll place it down in the description. And we talked about what stands in the way from this shift. What stands in the way from feeling and seeing your true essence, because it's far too relatable, and I've heard it many times, and I've seen it as a question and as a statement. I understand awakening. I understand my true nature, awareness, whatever you want to call it, logically, conceptually, but I don't feel it. I can't embody it. I'm pulled back into the material world. I'm pulled back into the stress. I'm pulled back into the anxiety. I'm pulled back into the fear. Can you relate to this? I sure as hell can. If you didn't catch it in the first video, I shared how I had glimpses into my true essence, a window opening, a peek through the door, of totally seeing reality as non-separate, totally seeing non-duality in its purest, truest essence. But then, all of a sudden, I would get pulled back into the mud. I would feel stuck. I would feel like it was all lost. I would feel guilty. I would feel stressed. I would feel anxious. Chasing something like a carrot on a string in front of me, never being able to grab it, but seeing it right here. It wasn't until the blindfold was removed completely. And it wasn't by force. It wasn't by turning on a light switch or anything like this. It was by continuing to investigate, continuing to return to this path. I know many of you continue to scroll your phones. I know many of you continue to feel like a zombie watching the news and looking at social media endlessly. It's far too common. I'm not trying to be rude or arrogant, but I find myself doing it. So if we can do that mindless stuff, why not do the most important thing you could ever do and investigate and return to what you truly are? Existence can't simply be a human being walking through and on this world and chalk it up to science figuring out everything and everyone else is individual. No, there's something much more grand here. And it isn't about ideas. It isn't about theory. It's revealed to you, but you simply have been overlooking it. We all have. I wanted to continue this video about what stands in the way of this shift. What stands in the way of feeling that embodiment that we believe we so desperately need to seek. What stands in the way, as I mentioned in the first video, is mind. It is descriptions, it is label, it is the constructs and the framework of it all. And today, we're going to go a little deeper. We're going to see, and I'm going to walk you through a little guided experience, a little guided meditation, a guided contemplation, whatever you'd like to call it. And we're going to see if you can touch this place, if you can taste this place. This is directly pulled from the Embodied Life course in the Core Collective community. If you don't know, I have created and given you guys access and a taste to the first lesson of this course that I have in the community, and I created the Embodied Living Blueprint. You can download this below. It is totally free and is my gift to you. I'll put it in the comments and in the description. Why I'm making these videos and why I made this guide is because I have a course that I am giving access to the members of the Core Collective that is going to go so much deeper into this practice with guides, direct meditations, not stuff to just read, stuff to apply. I just want to let you know that. And I want to share that with you guys. And today, we do more of that. How does mind stand in the way? How does the thoughts stand in the way? The narration stand in the way? Pay attention. Focus. Get comfortable and follow along. I want you guys right now to find yourself relaxing, wherever you may be. Dedicate your full focus to this and follow along and let your direct experience show you these answers. You can use what you hear in the video, what you see in the video, but more importantly, I would like for you to use what is around you. This will point out the difference between observing and thinking, observing and narrating. Now, why is this important? Because observing is the embodiment you seek. Observing is your true essence. That is what you believe you are stuck in feeling. And this is where we point out why and when we feel as if we cannot embody this. So far, so often, we believe to be moving through a world that is happening to us, that is outside of us. I want you to start by closing your eyes, or you may keep them open, and I'm simply asking you, can you find a boundary? Can you find a line in the sand in which awareness begins? In which awareness ends? Can you find awareness separated into pieces? I find no end. I find no boundary. I find no separation. It may feel like the body is the end, but how can the body be the end when the body is in the same place as the sounds and the hearing, as the sensations, as the thoughts? So just take a moment again to search where awareness begins and ends. Does it ever have a turn on and turn off switch? Or is it the only experience of what we call life? I encourage you to notice a sound right now. If a sound is not around, if you are in complete silence, notice my voice. What do you notice about it? Are there thoughts? Saying something? Narrating something? This is the shift we must point out. The difference between observing and thinking, observing and narrating, your true essence and feeling lost. A sound is noticed. What was your sound? Did thoughts tell you? Did a description arise? Calling the sound loud, quiet, calling the sound my voice, calling the sound, describing the sound as far away, far or close. But what's truly there? What's truly there purely? Is it just a sound? Or is there actually a description? Is there actually a narration? That is what we must see clearly. This narration, this description and labeling is so subtle and easily missed and taken for what we believe we are. You can experience this with anything. I want you to observe this grass, this tall grass behind me. Now, me even saying that was a little confusing because I want you to observe like it's something you have to do, but it's not. And this is why your essence isn't something you have to do or embody. It's what you are. This tall grass is arising within me, but it is only the descriptions and labels and mind that can actually call it tall grass or whatever it may be called. Where is and what makes this tall grass? What actually makes this green? What actually makes this nature other than descriptions and labeling? That is the shift. We do not find the natureness in this, the greenness in this. We just find it. Do you feel that? We just find it within us, not apart from us. And this is the matrix of mind. This takes place with the body. This, even calling it a body, other than complete agreement, other than mind, label in descriptions, which will always be mind, that is completely agreed upon and never questioned. It doesn't even need to be questioned, but believed and assumed. What makes this actually something we call a body? The truth of it, the matter is, nothing can be placed in a category, and the mind tends to do this because of the mind matrix and the conditioning that we have been believing to be us. This can go deep as you would like. Look at hearing, look at seeing, look at sensation, look at smell, look at taste. They feel and seem to be all separate categories, one happening and the other happening, one feeling one and tasting the other. But what is truly experienced if you sit with this is there are no categories. It is one simultaneous experience. And truthfully, we won't go into the depth now. We can't even call it seeing, hearing, and tasting and smelling. That is more mind. So the beauty of experience leaves you with so many questions that will never be answered. This is embodiment, surrendering to what is here without the filter. But the filter isn't something that we push away, that we fight against. This filter is something we notice. And when the filter takes over, we simply know that it is the programming taking place again, the filter trying to narrate. And when we believe the narration, we believe that we are separate and life is happening to us instead of through us, as us, and in us. I encourage you guys to download the Embodied Living Blueprint down below, as this will give you some daily practices and a taste of the first lesson in the Embodied Life course that is inside of the Core Collective community. And if this resonates with you all, I encourage you to check out the community, the Core Collective. Members are loving it, from in-depth courses with practices, guides, summaries, and lessons that you will never find on my YouTube channel. Live events, meditations, and workshops that we go deeper into this with everybody in the community. And just a wonderful, loving community where you can ask your questions, share your insights, share your artwork, share your resources, whatever it may be. But it is a community dedicated for those who want to go deeper, who want to put the phone down and end the scrolling, turn the news station off, go to a place, a space where this practice is a lifestyle. And you can leave and stop at any time. But I wanted to share this with you guys, and I hope that it resonated with you. I didn't want to go too deep into it because it would take very long to make a video. But do this with what is around you. Seeing, sensation. And just allow what is and notice the narration. For example, before I go, what I've heard this example, and I'd like to share this with you, and I mentioned it in another video. A chair. What makes a chair a chair? Well, number one, it's an agreed upon idea. But do we ever find chairness, okay? If we even know what that means, do we ever find chairness inside of a chair? It is a construct. It is an idea of mind that has been agreed upon and we have followed along with. Description and a label. A chair looks like this, a chair feels like this, it's shaped like this. But what happens when we take a few legs off of the chair? Does a chair no longer become a chair? So it looks like a chair is actually a collection of pieces. That is what makes a chair a chair. But all of this is a collection of labels and descriptions put together to make believe be what we have agreed to be a chair. So this is with everything. It's all narration. It's all labels. It's all descriptions. And if we can be honest with ourselves, even language, these videos, even calling it awareness and consciousness. I truly understand that absolutely nothing can be defined. Absolutely nothing can be truly explained. You can't. But what the most beautiful thing about it all is that it can be embodied, because that is truly all that is occurring. That is the most powerful shift that will change your life forever when it is explored to its depths.